down these side canals while we're driving around out here. Some of the nicer houses that you will see often tucked away down these canals. In fact, properties down the canals are often more desirable than the ones out here on the main waterway. They certainly offer more privacy than the houses out here do. The further south that you go along the intercoastal, the more of these canals you're going to see. As you go all the way down to Fort Lauderdale, there are so many of them. It's nicknamed the Venice of America, entire neighborhoods that you can travel through by boat.
I found it. I'm going to show you a picture of what I recommend.
I'm ready up, but I don't.
That's a great condominium development here on the left. It's called Bermuda West. Living in the first building before I left, lived with the Red Sox, Tony Stremski. The same development there, the Gallows, Ernest and Julio, have a seasonal place. So does Mrs. Paul's Fish Sticks fame. And right out in front of us, in the yellow condominium, straight ahead, top floor facing the ocean, is comedian Jerry Seinfeld's mother. If you are a fan of the show Seinfeld, you might recall the episodes where Jerry would visit his parents in South Florida at the fictional town they called Delray. The writers from Seinfeld just combined parts of the names of the surrounding cities and towns. The one that Jerry's mother really lives in right here, Delray Beach. Talked about houses here in Delray Beach is actually a house we're not even going to see today, but it does bear mentioning. It's a $24.5 million house that was built just a couple of years ago over on the beach in the heirs to the Coca-Cola throne. Don't bother going to look for it later either. It's not there anymore. Just prior to the family moving in, they received a kidnapping threat against their daughter. That was enough to scare them off, as you might imagine. They never spent one night in that brand new house. They turned around and sold it to a Hollywood movie company who blew it up. The filming of the movie Bad Boys 2, starring Will Smith and Mark Owens. Check out the landscaping out here today as well. This is where the legendary landscaping builds come from in South Florida. Not uncommon for some of these people to have the landscapers come out 2, even 3 times a week. Make sure the lawn looks perfect every single day. This house next to us on the right has a 3-level swimming pool, certainly not common. Elevated hot tub with the waterfall pouring out one whole side, has the infinity edge, rolls over into a wading pool down on the end. His neighbor here, next house up on the right, is a 3-level swimming pool as well. Mention those single-level homes, so they call them tear-downs. The ones that are replacing them these days, the new models, if you will, there are a couple we're going to pass just down to this canal on the right. This one's sitting on the corner here on the market right now for close to $9 million. When it comes time to put the amenities into these big new houses, money and space really not much of an issue. They get very creative with what they'll put in. Just pick up a real estate book around here and flip through it. See what I'm talking about. So I'll point out some homes along the way here that have some of the more interesting amenities in them, things that you just don't find in your everyday house. And I'll start with one coming up on the left. We're going to pass this house over here that's got the white flagpole. They have 2 guest houses on the property. That's certainly not common. The next one up on the left has the